Dear learners, now we will discuss a topic entitled Complaints and Appeals, Examples and Fraud from India and Abroad, under the main topic Publication Misconduct. Nowadays, research is going on throughout the world, universe of subjects. Huge research is going on. At the same time, huge research output is coming in this formal educational era. Both printed and digital sources are publishing their research result, and researchers are very much interested to publish very quickly their research reports. That is posing a great problem, and thereby they all are involved in unethical activities and unethical processes. That is called the publication misconduct. They do not follow the legal process, the ethical issues, the standards prescribed by the authentic authority. They are not doing fair. They are not judging. They are not properly applying their intellect. They are not following the social norms. They are not following the educational identity, educational honesty. And as such, various problems are coming and joining with this function. And thereby, some problems are day by day increasing. We have learned so many things, so many aspects, so many concepts associated with this publication misconduct. Now, when some problem arises regarding the plagiarism, falsification, fabrication, etc. point of view, then the editor-in-chief have to take care over this, and some complaints already launched by someone, and as a result, the editor-in-chief or editor, publisher, peer reviewer are facing much problem, and they have to solve the situation. So therefore, a fair mechanism should be used. Authors can appeal to editorial decisions also, further correct the unintentional faults or any unwanted textual and numerical data revision. When the plagiarism check is done, then it is seen that a portion is taken from another writings, therefore it has to be changed. It is required, sometimes it is instructed by the editors. If editors are instructed to the researchers that you change your matter, so therefore further correction is required. Unintentional fault or any unwanted textual or numerical data revision. Editors mediate all types of communication between authors and peer reviewers in times of review activities, and they adopt additional peer review process for the final decision if required. Now complaints are coming, complaints have been launched, complaints have appeared. Reaction process happened during the post-publication of an article made by an author. Suppose a author already submitted a paper, and after a long time, though it is not published, then he may want to add something or to edit something, and a request is launched before the editor. So reaction process happened during the post-publication of an article made by an author. Original and published article is anyway used by the accused author who has published his article later with research misconduct. So that is a important complaint. Then former author points out critically where fabrication, falsification, plagiarism characteristics are interrelated in the text published article of the accused author. The author already published, and it is seen that his matter has been taken from another author. So in that case, former author points out critically where his ideas have been included by the accused author from different angle, from FFP point of view. So that is the complaints. Prior author launches a complaint before the editor under whose jurisdiction the latter author publishes articles. Seriously, the prior author will point the matter to the editor who has published the article. Then complaint is handled by the editorial board of the journal and decides the course of action. A feedback is provided to the complainant. Complainant is not satisfied regarding the complaint, then he submits the complaint to the Committee of Publication Ethics. So in that way, some complaints are coming to the editor, and editor cannot take the decision alone. He will take care of the matter by launching an editorial board, or he can do any possible method in this regard so that the conflict can be solved or the matter can be resolved with due care. Then appeals. Next process adopted after complaint, the appeals. Next process adopted by the authors after getting negative information regarding publication of his article from the editorial corner. Then editor asking the author and mentioning the points where unethical activities or publication misconduct has been seen, and thereby he is properly informed, and thereby the things to be properly done. The reaction adopted by authors and request sends with proper jurisdiction authenticated information against the negative feedback of the editorial board, and it is the communication with the editor again to be made for further consideration for publication. The second level of publication, it is the second level of publication activity. So editor's decision is the final for the publication. So conflict is actually originating, and appeals can be made accordingly, or the matters can be solved and the paper can be properly revised, resolved and edited, and new peer review committee to be set up, the editorial board to be set up. The author should be properly informed regarding his faults, and conflicts and appeals to be properly judged and properly solved and observed. Then some cases from India and abroad can be seen. This publication misconduct or fraud in India is rising day by day. The publication misconduct and fraud in the publications are obtained. We are getting information from newspapers, we are getting information from publishers, subjective newsletters, professional newsletters, and some human resources also. Now email is giving, by email the original author or earlier author is giving information regarding his conflict, regarding the complaint. No organized institution deals with these matters or rarely reports systematically. Actually, these are not the educational process. These are simply the matter happen in society and but yet to be solved very carefully. Not only in India, throughout the world, this type of misconduct, publication misconduct is going on, complaints and appeals are coming, and in India, examples are there. We are obtaining some examples, what happened, and some examples to be pointed over here. Publication is going on in an enormous rate, either in digital or printed format nowadays. So, new form of concept emerge as publication misconduct, the research integrity, that FFP and research ethics. These are not followed properly. So naturally, researchers are highly interested to publish their paper immediately, and they are able to see that their credit, they will be credited, they will have their marks by publishing their articles. That is their motto, that is their will. But it is not the research activity, it is not the research process. Research process is a honesty approach, and it is a sincere effort, and it is to be done with hard labor, and so a thorough intellectual endeavor is to be attuned with this study and teaching process, and in thinking process to be developed, systematic procedure, research procedures to be obtained, so that he can produce as a standard researcher or authentic researcher. But what happened, it is different. So, new form of concept emerged as publication misconduct, research integrity, FFP. So, nowadays all the persons are involved, and all different organizations are also involved. The competent authority forced to present some points or recommendations regarding these directives in this regard, so that we have to follow all these things to maintain the standards in research activity. So, controlling organization throughout the world, some controlling organization is there. COPE, WAM, UGC certainly proves that the birth of misconduct very much inevitable in their country, and the total world is facing some problems, and they are putting some recommendations. Researchers must have to follow some rules, regulations. Publishers, editors, peer reviewers, all these persons must have to be taken care of these things, take care of these things. And not only in India, in other parts of the world, there are similar problems are going on, and so many examples are there. We can see these things from our PowerPoint situation. Here we see the different, in different years, different cases are there. That is the things. So, we have to take care of these things, that some complaints and appeals are coming and throughout the year, throughout the world, and so ORI enlisted 9 core instructional areas relating to conducting responsible research and ensuring integrity: data acquisition management, mentor training responsibility, publication practices, peer review, collaborative science, human subject, research involving animals, research misconduct, conflict of interest and commitment. So therefore, writing made by the author, scholar is being published not only for publication's sake, but for the better knowledge development in the society. Laymen to philosophers who are involved in searching the truth, and this truth is communicated to all parts of the society of the world. So for further knowledge development, further human development of human society, human values, human sense, everything. So, chance of publishing in open access is greater way, no doubt, through compared to printed media, and they have a greater chance. So, also all the stakeholders must have to take proper care, proper responsibility, proper attitude, proper value system, so that the research activity, educational pursuit, educational system we can develop, we can enrich our research activity, we can enrich our teaching and study method. Majority of the rational approach to be accepted, and certainly the authentic body, those who prescribe the recommendations, so their ideas are very much responsible nowadays. So if we can eradicate the problem, if we make a strong commitment that through research work we will survive, and we can survive the human mind and human race and human community for towards further new modernized world. So therefore, every aspect we have to take care, and we have the fair conduct to be accepted, avoiding the publication misconduct.